exactly what I needed.
How fragile you are!
That son of a bitch slimed me.
They're almost here. Hold position.
This house belongs to Mother, as you belong to us. The entrance. Then, slowly savor your delicious brains.
Are the rest of your mother's children so... daddy?
Thankfully, no.
Pain only makes us hungrier. You are puny.
Oh, disgusting.
You will suffer for that.
We may not be ready for this thing yet. Might be smarter to pull back until we know what we're up against here.
Yes. Surrender. Be. Fill our belly with your tasty fear.
I shall fill your belly with my blade, demon. They cannot possibly match your strength.
You can't escape her wrath.
Let me show you.
Sometimes I even impress myself. Let's see. This should aid me in my fight.
This is gonna hurt.
Monoforms are for the weak.
Nasty. Just nasty. They've got friends.
Mother blesses us with power. Mother blesses us with strength. We protect the mother and are rewarded with your...
And to think Lilith was a vegetarian.
Even faster than you.
Your time has come!
That hurts.
What's first? Just what this battle requires.
Moment.
Reminds me of the floor of the bathroom at the stadium.
They need help. They're not quite ready to give up just yet.
You should not have come here, Doctor. Your friends cannot. Mother may have claimed soul, but your brains shall be...
The leader has fallen.
Hey, big guy! I was in the neighborhood, you know, being friendly. Seemed like you folks could use a hand, Doc.
Spider-Man!
Jeez, Eddie, what happened to you? That's sort of a horrifyingly terrible new look. The tongue was gross enough, but whoa! Someone is extra touchy today.
We will rip your face off and suck the marrow from your bones!
Always nice to see you too, buddy. So, I'm thinking your friends here could use a little break. How about I take Eddie here for his afternoon walk?
Congratulations. New world or not, some things remain unchanged.
The look.
What look?
Boldly charging headfirst into the jaws of your enemy. Courageously risking the lives of yourself and your teammates. Just to play the hero. This is the Fire Dragon all over again.
Fire Dragoon. My memories may be fragmented, but as I recall, I killed the bastard.
And all it cost was a village.
Ah, of course. I see it now. The look.
Cut him some slack. It wasn't that simple.
It never is. Which is why I sent you to help. If Spider-Man hadn't come along today, we could have lost far more than...
Then the Sanctum?
Or Wanda.
She means I could have died. Again, putting an end to her eternal crusade against my mother.
You've been through a lot. For now, it's enough that you all made it back in one piece. More or less.
complete fiasco.
And it would have been far worse.
Hey, for what it's worth, I think you did okay out there. You got some decent hang time, even given you were wearing, what, 70, 80 pounds of chainmail? On the Stark scale of reckless yet daring heroics, I give it a solid 6 out of 10.
And where exactly am I going?
Oh, that's the real question, isn't it? Sky's the limit for you, my friend. Unless you'd be up for wearing a space helmet. You do breathe air, don't you? You know what? It doesn't matter. I couldn't help but overhear Auntie Kira. No one should be forced to walk the hallways around here alone. So, here we are. The old room, huh? It's not bad. Functional. Solid construction. Almost cozy. Love the antique furnishings from the early Mephisto collection. Full transparency, Hunter, there's another reason I asked to join you here, other than my abject terror of this entire facility. Stopped here before, while you were out. Wanted to surprise you with a nice little housewarming present. Was all set to write you a lovely welcome note, but I'm fairly certain that wasn't red ink in your quill.
But I do not have a quill.
Even better.
Relax, Tony. I simply jest. It is an ink derived of the spider lily flower. Red spider lily flowers.
Of course it was. Obviously.
With just a touch of amphibian blood. For power.
Haha! Another zinger. And we'll just leave it at that. Well, I suppose I should leave before whatever monstrosity that is most definitely hiding under your bed jumps out, rips my face off, and then proceeds to feast on my soul. I'll leave you to it.
May your sleep be filled with pleasant dreams, Tony.
Right back at you. Oh, and if you hear the shrieking of a grown man, please ignore it. It's just me, walking to my room. Hi, I'm Tony Stark, but if you're hearing this message, you already know that. When I'm not saving the world, I solve the world's problems with technological means, like the one you're holding. I call it the Spark, a secure information and communication device built only for superheroes. It does all the usual, private messages, pictures, and calls for some reason. But it also comes with access to Superlink, a private social network exclusively for your cape-wearing, world-saving compatriots. You might ask, Tony, aren't you just repurposing a failed product from your communications division? If you do, I'll revoke access and let everyone else know you're a jerk. I call it the Wonder Man rule.
We were all so happy then. We were all so happy then. My old journal. Maybe it is time I start writing in it again. There never was enough room for my armor in this thing. Charlie! I know. I missed you too.
Let her enjoy the moment. She's been visiting your door every morning for the past 300 years.
Oh, it must have been so hard on her.
Not just her. I suppose that's why I might have been a little curt before.
A little?
You already made the ultimate sacrifice once. Maybe I'm in no rush to see you do it again.
We do not choose our destiny.
But we can choose to duck.
First lesson you ever taught me.
And still the most important. Especially now that you have all these eyes on you.
I have noticed.
To these people, you are a being of myth and legend. A grand hero of old. And they're right. You are a hero. Charlie was restless all night. I should have known something was wrong. We'll talk more later, but for now, Stark has requested your presence in the forge. I think he has another present for you.
Next thing I know, the sanctum is airborne and covered in slime.
I don't get it. Strange couldn't just magic his way in?
Something about the whole alien thing threw off his mojo.
Think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
I assure you, Hunter, I do. Your awakening ritual was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and, well, after your violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to...
Physically, I am fine. However, I do feel some...
grogginess, a tinge of nausea. If any other symptoms... I, for one, I still...
I would rather stand down a horde of rampaging Lilin than face one of Agatha's mathematics puzzles. Sacred or not, geometry be damned.
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't my least favorite requirement in pre-med. Still, if only I had studied harder, I would have reached some deeper...
We will all...
On that...
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever...
it is nice having an armorer on demand.
Anytime. I tried to make this version a little less palatable to was this close to making it menthol flavored. But tools are just one part of the equation. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so...
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head, and was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit.
You seem well-adjusted enough.
Exactly, which means there's hope for you yet. I find these apocalypse scenarios will save you tons.
Thanks for...
Now, I doubt What have you got for me, boss? How long? Take a look. What do you think?
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in...
See you, Hunter.
Welcome to the yard. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Now that we know what we're up against...
I did.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
Everyone loves you when you are dead. Tell me, does that mean you are half-loved?
She didn't describe you as a snarky jackass, but...
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Back again. I think we've got something for everyone. Peace.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. I'm Carol. Kidding. Carol's fine. Just thought I...
The venom creature surprised...
That thing's tougher than a flirkin' furball. You better steer clear. Strange?
Just how far are you willing to...
Let's just say that...
Nothing is certain these days, but these readings are too distinct to ignore.
Multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology, and she kicks it.
It was just recently that the...
trench coat, sunglasses at night, personality. Probably these midnight warehouse meetings is pretty normal.
Gamma signatures and unstable isotopes aren't really in my wheelhouse, so we'll be patching Dr. Banner through from Avenger.
Probably can scratch abandoned off the description of this place. You seeing this, Bruce? Getting all sorts of weird down there.
Johann Fenhoff. That hack. I heard he was dead. I always considered him.
Never seen that before.
Is that all?
That's one hell of a move. Come
That was something.
We will not fail!
How many times you gonna try that?
You just made a big mistake.
They really want to get on my bad side.
Reinforcements. Good.
I've never been one to buy into the science of magic, but the data I'm seeing is hard to ignore. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
You know you're talking to a vampire, an alien hybrid, and a resurrected demon hunter, right? Who's next? These fanatics are always the same.
You have earned this! Hell.
Don't blink!
Now I see why so many fear your strength.
Forever in service.
You're gonna regret that.
Lilith would be embarrassed by your weakness.
Is it possible he somehow stabilized the rate of decay within the particles themselves? How else could he be achieving such a high yield?
I don't know, Bruce. I'll be sure to ask him when we're done punching out the bad guys.
Weak, even for Hydra.
You asked for it. Even the best can get better.